So today we're going to do all the God Wars bosses on hard mode. To start, we're going to do Bandos. So there's not much really to Bandos. He only has a few special attacks, but we thought we'd get a kill before we'd start recording kills. So we've got R636 tanking Bandos today, and Grador only has a few special effects. As you can see here, he does like a little crouch, and he has a protective shield around him, and any damage you do, you take 50% of that damage. There's only another, I think he only has like 3, maybe 4 special attacks, but that's one of them. The next one will be Grador Mad, and what that is that General Grador will say that, and he'll just stand on one spot punching in front of him. So make sure you don't stand in front of him, or you could take some really damaging hits. But I think there's only 3. There's one more special attack that he does, and that is where he crouches down to the floor. We can't see in this kill, but what he does, he crouches to the floor and loads of rocks start coming down from the ceiling. And there's little shadows on the floor, but you have to dodge those. That's pretty much it to Bandos special attacks. I can't think of anything else. So I thought I'd speed the second kills up, as they're not really anything much different. That's Grador's reflective attack. Now we have his reflective attack again. We was getting a lot of those, but it doesn't normally do those quite often. It's Grador Mad, where he stands there and repeatedly punches. This is what he does when the rocks fall to the ground. As you can see, there's black marks where the rocks will spawn. And what you have to do is you have to try and dodge those and tank hits from Bandos. But like I said, not too hard. Bandos is quite easy. You wouldn't think it, but Bandos is actually one of the easiest God Wars bosses on hard mode. On normal mode. But when it comes to doing Grador on hard mode, that's when it really starts getting hard. So now we're going to do Zami. Kill Tuasoft, maybe. I don't know. But he only has... We seem to not get his special hit as much. So like this first kill, we didn't really get much. We didn't really see his special attack a bit, but it was worth praying Mage on hard mode. But the only special that we found was that spikes would come through the floor as you're standing there, and if you don't dodge them, you'll take a massive melee damage. But as you can see, I think I stood on one there. But he has quite mild hits. This is one of the easiest hard mode bosses, I think. If he says run, coward, you have to run out of his way, otherwise he'll just take you with him to the wall. A bit like Calfight King. But there's not really much to Zami either. Few mild hits. Run away when he says run, coward, and don't stand in front of him. The other would be that... Wait, what ones have I said? The run, coward. Fairly few mild hits. Oh, and the spikes in the ground. So on these bosses further on, I don't think we actually had a tank. We was just free for all, apart from Loot Chef or the drops. So yeah, but it's not much to Zami. Zami's quite easy. Just tank a few of his mild hits and his minions, and you have a kill. His minions are not that bad either, but we didn't really get much. We got a few Lantern seeds, but that's about it. So the next one is Korea, is Armadillo on hard mode. Now she does the same thing as what she does in World Wakes Quest, and that is the little spinny tornadoes. I thought I'd use my Death Lotus darts in this one, seeing as that I've never really used them much, apart from the wild. But yeah, she does the little tornadoes. They can deal some very hefty damage if you get hit by one. I think I got hit by a few. Look, there was one right there, and that was for a 19,000 hit. So the best thing is to not stand in the corner, as I'm not too sure if these tornadoes actually go in the corner, but I would avoid standing in the corner and where my partner is right now. As you can see, he's just constantly taking windfall damage. But what I found worked for me was standing in the doorway. But there's not much to her really. You take down 100,000 health. Avoid the tornadoes, unlike my friend who's just getting bounced about and taking 3k magic hits, but take it down 1,000 down health, avoid the tornadoes, and you should be fine. I'm only using my Death Lotus darts to kill Korea herself. I'm not gonna waste darts on killing a minion. So I brought my Royal Crossbow with me. As you can see, I don't have panics anymore, so I just have the normal Armadillo God armor. But for some reason, every time I had my darts equipped, that I would get pulled into the middle of the room, which wasn't helping our situation. So I have my friend Arnard in the doorway now. Not really much damage being taken by us. Yeah, just watch Korea's health just shoot down. There's not much to it. Honestly, the God Wars bosses on hard mode, there is nothing to them. They are just so easy. But like I said, Korea, one of the easiest. I would say she's in the third position for being one of the most hardest God Wars bosses. But as you can see, there's nothing to Korea at all. We both got a 3,500 feather drop. That's quite cool. But now we're doing Commander Xylana, Sardamine on hard mode. There's not much really to her. It's just like being in standard for the start. You avoid the lightning bolts, and you try to take as less melee damage as you can during this first phase. During this first phase, you shouldn't be really eating much. If you have to, it's probably worth munching the Sorrow Brews. So when she's down to 0 health, she'll stand there and she'll regain all the way back to full health. And when she does a little move, that's when her second phase starts. So what she does is she spawns some sort of lightning bolt things. I don't know what you would call them. It's like acid rain. If you stand under them, you take constant high damage. And most of the time, you probably wouldn't be able to out-eat it. So I don't know, really. The best thing we thought was that if we run around, we wouldn't really get hit by it as much. But when Commander Xylana is on 50 health, you have to release an ultimate ability to actually kill her. So you do in total 100,000 health, and you need an ultimate ability at the end of the kill. So that means no Asylum, Ice Asylum, or Gothic's Blessing for you. Unless you can get 100%. But Commander Xylana is not that hard on hard mode. Like I said, the first phase is just the normal phase that you would do. In the second phase, as you can see, she does like a little winged effect. She brings the wings forward. That's when the second phase starts. But as you can see, you're constantly taking 1000s, 1500s for just standing in the lightning bolt area. But yeah, like I said, avoid the lightning bolts. Do the hit and run tactique. Make sure you have an ultimate ready for the end of the guild. So, Saradomin is 4th on our list for being the hardest God Wars boss. Not really hard at all, but yeah, thank you for watching. Starring myself, D4skyline, and Arnold636.